Hello and welcome to the Employment Corner. It's such an honor to be with you today. And today we're gonna twist it a little bit to be able to be informed and also be very prepared whenever we go into our interview process. And for that, with me, I have Beth Salas. Beth, welcome to the Employment Corner, and thank you for being here with us to give us those key things that we need to know whenever we are interviewing or looking for jobs and to be able to be very, very well prepared. So, welcome and thank you for being part of the Employment Corner.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Adriana. I was so honored when you asked. And like you said, my name is Beth Salas, and I'm an executive recruiter. I work for a Dallas Fort Worth based executive search firm called Recruiting Professionals. And yeah, I am a resource. We help clients place candidates all over the nation. And I am also passionate about job empowerment for women, people of color, anyone that may have had difficulty in their career journey, maybe underemployed or unemployed. So I'm a resource. I'm passionate about resumes, LinkedIn profiles, and doing great on the interview so that it can turn into a job offer and career. So thank you for having me.
Yes, of course. And today, if you're looking for a job, you want to stick through the whole interview today because we're going to talk about a lot of great information regarding those interviews that we might be doing whenever we are looking for a job. But also, I'm going to go ahead and put here a PowerPoint that Beth has prepared for us to be able to be empowered within our career. And the first question is, where do I start or where do we start? And if you
Yes.
can go ahead and walk us through those steps regarding resume, LinkedIn profile, and anything else that we might need whenever we're
Yes.
starting to look for a job.
Absolutely, Adriana. You are hitting at all the points. And I will preface Adriana will share my information with anybody with Brother Bill's Career Corner, and I'm happy to be a resource. So feel free to, my email was on the PowerPoint. And as well, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd love to look at your profile and give a free, consultative advice. Um,
Definitely. And I would like for you to
yes.
talk to us of the importance of LinkedIn because a lot of
Yes.
people still do not use LinkedIn. And
Yes.
that's kind of like our secondary thing. Let's go ahead and
Yes.
start with the resume.
Okay, but you're right. LinkedIn is almost more important these days than the resume. So I will say this before diving into the resume. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, your homework today is to create a LinkedIn profile and friend me. It's Beth M. Salas. On LinkedIn, I'm in Dallas. So you can search Google Beth M. Salas Dallas, use my profile as a template and guide, and then put your skill sets, education, professional experience in there. But if you're not on LinkedIn, a recruiter like myself will not find you. And you may have a resume saved on your computer, but if you're not distributing that, and today's world is digital. No, we're not mailing resumes anymore. We're not going to doors or businesses giving our resume. So that's why we've seen a shift to LinkedIn. And on your resume, you should have your LinkedIn link on your resume.
So also I know that this interview is actually on LinkedIn as well. So if you're
Yes.
watching on LinkedIn, thank you for watching.
Yes.
And go ahead and stay through the interview so we can go ahead and give you more tips so you could ace that resume,
Yes.
ace that interview, and also get the job that you were waiting to actually have.
Exactly. And I will say with your resume, it should mirror your LinkedIn profile. So I can even share my resume with you, Adriana, after as an example.
Yes.
And you guys can Google and connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm happy. I love connections. And your resume should be one page. That's kind of a myth. Some people, if they're more tenured, you may have many jobs. It may be 2 pages, 3 pages, but recruiters do not have the time to look through that. So it needs to be one page. It needs to be very polished,
Okay.
and it needs to highlight your skills and what sets you apart. You may need to have some keywords in there because a lot of things are automatic. As you know, Adriana, when
Yes.
you hire for Brother Bills, you may be searching keywords through an automated system. You may not even, you don't have the, time to look through 100 resumes. So if you don't have those keywords, just Adriana, for instance, may not pull your resume for an interview.
Yeah, I mean, and that's so important because that way we can tailor our resume according to that job position that we're looking for.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and talk about devoting time for
Yes.
when we're looking for a job because a lot of people don't understand that you do take time when you're
Yes.
looking for a job to be able to land that job, that career that you're actually wanting to be in.
That's a great question. That's a great point, Adriana. So you need to treat job hunting almost like a part-time job.
Yeah.
I work with people all the time, especially women that may have been stay-at-home moms. They may have been out of the workforce 5 years. It's going to take maybe, I put 1 to 2 hours. I would say that's minimum per day. You need to be on LinkedIn. You need to be applying with your resume online. My favorite sites because there are, of course, spammers out there,
Correct.
in the digital world. My favorite way, number one, is to go directly to the company website.
Okay.
So I'll use Brother Bill's. Say, I know you guys are hiring for a volunteer manager. I'll give you a
You
shout
actually
out.
are.
That's
Yes.
a great job. I think anyone listening, if you have that experience, you should apply. But I would go directly to Brother Bill's website and apply direct. So that's the number one. Go to the company website. Sometimes they do work with a recruiter.
Mhm.
You can contact the recruiter. Usually they're listed on the job posting. Um, LinkedIn is very reputable. If a job posting is on LinkedIn, for the most part, it's legitimate. I also like Indeed or Simply Hired. Besides that, it does it could get a little sketchy where we don't know it's legitimate. So those I would start there.
That's awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for giving all of us this insight. And let's
Yes.
go ahead and talk about the resume tips. You
Yes.
said one page, and a lot of people we get all excited about our
Yes.
different education experience or just experience in general, and we want to
Yes.
list everything, but we have to be precise. Talk about that, please.
Yes, we need to be precise. Like me, I'll use me. I'm 36. I've had a few jobs along the way since high school and college. I want to put maybe the most recent 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
After that, maybe 3 bullet points per job. After that, you could list the last 5 years, maybe the three jobs I've had in the past, but I don't need to go into detail. I just need to list the company, my position, and the dates.
That's
So
awesome.
I would not go back more than 10 years.
And that's really good for us to know. And also, one of the things that whenever we say that we are detail oriented, but
Yes.
then our resume has a lot of errors, like that does
Yes.
not match that.
I have a story. I will never forget this, Adriana. I'm 36 now, but I'm still a spring chicken. But my first job, I graduated college, grad school, and I applied for this great position. I wanted it. It was a marketing job, a marketing coordinator. I majored in marketing. It was perfect. Adriana, I'm in the interview, and he asks me, the hiring manager, very seriously, what's your zip code? I'm from Dallas. I went to Hillcrest. I'm a
Okay.
I love, that's why I love Brother Bill's serving Dallas.
Yeah.
And he asked me, "What's your zip code?" So I think maybe he's just seeing where I'm from. I say 75230. He says, "Huh, on your resume, you left out the zero." And that left a bad impression on him, and I did not get the job. And that may seem really silly in a minute detail, but I will never forget that.
And I think that translates into your actual job because
Yes.
things like that can really make a difference. What about if you're in an accounting position and one
Right.
zero will make such a big
Yes.
difference?
A
So
hundred percent.
yeah, let's go ahead, Beth, and talk about the do's on an
Yes.
interview.
Okay. So just like me and Adriana, pretend I'm the interviewer and Adriana's the candidate. She has great energy. She's very positive. She has great eye contact with me. She's smiling. She doesn't have her arms crossed. She's engaging. She's doing all the things that you want to do. Confidence. It's not cocky. You want to be confident that you are the person for the job. You need to be a good listener. Me and Adriana are going back and forth. We're not talking over each other. That is a big no no. And sometimes I'm guilty of it. I get excited. It's good to even pause when Adriana's finished. I'm going to pause 2 seconds before I talk. So you want to do that on the interview as well. We're kind of modeling it right now.
Yeah.
And it's hard virtually. I get it because usually your first interview may be virtual. So it's hard to get those cues because we're not in person, but a good tip is to wait 2 seconds. It may seem long, but it's not.
Thank you so much. And also, I want to talk about the email because
Yes.
a lot of people are sending their resumes, and I've gotten resumes from sexy girl
Yes.
35.
Yes.
Like, that is not professional at all. And I want
No.
to talk about this because some people think that that's okay, but in
Right.
reality, it speaks volume about
It's
yourself.
horrible. And there's even, I mean, I've heard worse than the sexy girl. Sexy girl's mild. So, and we don't want that. So like my email that Adriana sent to me, I'm Beth M. Salas at gmail.com. Gmail is free. I think that if you don't
Yes,
have a professional email, use Gmail, and you need to make it a part of your name. So adriana.lastname at gmail.com. If that's taken, add your middle initial.
correct.
And then if that's not taken, maybe add, I was born in 1986. I'll put an 86 on the end. So you can get one that's professional. And it shouldn't be a high school nickname. It needs to be your name.
Yeah, so since we're talking about the don'ts, let's
Yes.
go ahead and talk about the other don'ts. So, like
Oh,
for example, dressing professionally.
yes.
That's a big part.
A
Being on
hundred
time, that's
percent.
another one.
And there's that nonprofit Dress for Success where you
Yes.
donate clothes to women, but that says it all. You need to dress for success. Even today, I knew I was talking to Adriana. I did my hair. I have very light makeup. I have neutral colors. Adriana has the same, and that's what you should really do. I love makeup. I love having fun with it, but that's not the time and place for me to have fun with it at the interview. I view it as if I was meeting with the pastor, or if I was meeting with Wes, the CEO of Brother Bill's, what would I dress like? I'm probably not going to have nail polish color on. I'm going to have my nails filed. I love nails like the rest of them, but I'm not going to have my tips on that day.
And that's good for us to know because
Yes.
we have to be ready. And
Yes.
another thing that is very important, Beth, is money. But we're
Yes.
so afraid to talk about money. So let's
Yes.
go ahead and get those advice from you,
Yes.
different tips, different things that we could do to talk about money.
Adriana, this is my passion. One of my passions is compensation maximization for women and people of minorities,
Yes.
because statistically, we are underpaid, less than males. So we need to not be afraid. We need to ask them. The ball is in their court. If I'm interviewing for that, we'll give it a shout out, the volunteer manager role at Brother Bill's, and Adriana's the hiring manager. I'm going to put the ball in her court. At the end of the interview, I can be confident and say, Adriana, everything you've said aligns with my goals. What is, just to make sure we're aligned compensation wise, what is the target budgeted compensation salary for this role? And then I'm going to pause. I am not going to fill anything. And the ball's in Adriana's court, or the hiring manager, and I'm going to see what she says.
Yes, and that's great to know those tips so we can
Yes.
only act because I've seen a lot of people within interviews, Beth, they get very nervous
Yes.
when money comes into play.
Yes.
And one thing that I've realized, I'm like, we all work for money. I mean,
Yes.
we might love what we do, but at the end of the day,
Yes.
we need to get compensated for
And
it.
your time is valuable. And like I said, I like the acronym NFL. There's no free lunch. Your time and skills are valuable, and you are worth it. And another point I want to make, it's illegal for a company or recruiter to ask how much you currently make. They cannot ask for your W-2s, your pay stubs, and keep an eye out in the news. In certain states like California, they have laws where there is required transparency on salary.
Okay.
So if you'll notice, in California, they list the compensation.
That's so awesome to know. Can
Yes.
you explain a little bit what does it mean that the grass isn't always greener on the other side?
Okay. Yes. So I'll use a friend. We'll call her Brenda. So
Okay.
Brenda was a friend in Dallas. She got a huge promotion, a similar role, a higher level in Colorado.
Okay.
She accepted the role. She did not research that the cost of living is probably 5 times what it is in Dallas.
Ah,
So even though she may have gotten $10,000 more on her salary, she was spending more on living expensive, groceries, rent, utilities. So she actually took a pay cut. So we need to research the whole package. Another example would be benefits.
yes.
And I'm telling you, I'm not getting younger. Adriana, we're not getting younger.
No,
Health
we're not.
benefits, retirement. The older you get, maybe when you're 23, that doesn't matter, but you need health benefits, retirement. And so you need to make sure maybe a company has high pay, but they may not offer benefits. So it really is the whole package.
Thank you so much for every advice that you're giving us today, Beth. I think it's so important to know and to give value to ourselves as well. So I know it's
Yes.
not that we're cocky, it's because we're
No.
confident when we're walking to an interview. Tell us a little bit more regarding skills. And like
Yes.
one of the things that I want to emphasize a lot, especially to my bilingual
Yes.
community, that is a skill and that's an
100%.
asset that you possess, especially
Yes.
if you're 100% bilingual. What do I mean with that? You
Yes.
speak, you write, you read. That is an asset and it has value to it. But I'll
Yes.
give it back to Beth.
No, Adriana. And if you are bilingual, English, Spanish speaker, you need to put that top of resume, top of LinkedIn, because that sets you apart. I am not bilingual. I could have way more clientele in Dallas, Texas, if I was bilingual. There are so many Hispanic companies that need bilingual leaders. And so you need to make that clear that you are bilingual because that opens up their client base. So that
Yes.
is a huge skill. And it's not bragging, it's a skill that most people don't have.
That is so, so true. I want to go ahead and give your information once
Yes.
again, and
Yes.
you'll have it right here on the screen. And also, I don't know if you have, other than the LinkedIn profile, this is your email as well. But
Yes.
like Beth was saying, if you don't have a LinkedIn, go ahead and create a LinkedIn for yourself because we're all using it in the professional world. So go
Yes.
ahead and do that. Find Beth. You can find myself there as well. And one of the main things, and just give that empowerment point to our careers that we can grow in our careers and it is possible to be compensated for what you're worth, and that
Yes.
includes everything: your skills, your
Yes.
education, your experience, and everything that God has given you, like that
Yes.
potential that you have, you can put it in practice. But
Yes.
before we end this interview, Beth, I would like for you to just give us a final advice or a
Yes.
final word regarding, a lot of people are looking either to transition from their
Mhm.
current job to
Mhm.
make more money or
Yes.
to find more benefits. It might be different reasons.
Right.
What is that thing that they need to look for either in a job or in an environment? Because a lot of
Yes.
times it's not the money.
Right.
Sometimes it's to find a healthy environment. What do we
Yes.
have to look for when it has to do with that?
I would say, and that's a great point, Adriana. Some people may want a pay cut for remote. They want to pick their kids up from and drop their kids off at school. So I understand that. And it looks different for everybody. But I would say, number one, you need to pray because the Lord has put me in certain situations, assignments, and callings that I feel underqualified for. So, women, apply for jobs, even if you don't fit 100% the skill set, because I guarantee the men are applying. So we need to apply. If you fit 80% of the role, apply. Number two, you need to do your homework, make your LinkedIn profile, connect with me and Adriana, and I would love to share that. I can give you free advice, what I would fix. Make sure your resume is ready to go to easily upload to your job postings. And word of mouth. One thing I didn't mention, ask people, hey, Adriana, I'm in the market. If you hear something, let me know. Women, especially, are so good at word of mouth. Ask people at your church, ask elders, ask their Facebook groups for anything and everything. We have a neighborhood Facebook post, our HOA. People are always posting job openings or what they're looking for. Do not be afraid to put yourself out there because people, for the most part, want to help.
That is so true. So I'm going to go ahead and put our website right here, bbhh.org/employment corner. We have a couple of jobs in there, and every time that we get jobs that they're not Brother Bill's jobs, they're just jobs
Right.
out in the community to be able to be put in there. And also, we are hiring for a volunteer manager position, and you'll find that on Join Our Team. So if it's one or the other, you could find it on our website, and you'll see our website right here in the screen. But also, I just want to go ahead and put Beth's information.
Yes.
You can have her email, and then also you could reach to her on LinkedIn. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Beth, for being here
Ah,
with us today and
my pleasure,
empowerment.
Adriana.
Yes, and thank you so much for those talents that you have to continue to empower not only women, but everyone that is looking to have a job or a change in their career.
Yes, it's my passion. I just want to use my giftings the Lord has given me. So please reach out. I'm happy to be a resource.
Thank you so much. And thank you for joining the Employment Corner. I try week after week to have valuable information, valuable resources, and just know that we live in a neighborhood that we can help each other. Thank you so much once again. My name is Adriana Amaya, and I'm happy to help you and help our entire community. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day and share the video.